stays with distance because in real life, you're gonna need to go further away from your dog. So I wanna introduce how we start to work on distance. There are no distractions, and we're not gonna work on duration, how long I stay gone. We're just gonna work on me leaving the dog, okay? So I'm gonna get him into a sit. Good boy. I'm gonna ask him to stay. I'm gonna take a step away. I come back. If he stays seated, he gets his click and a treat. Now, we've practiced this with him before. So if your dog gets up and moves the instant you do, you're gonna take a couple steps figuratively backward. And some dogs need you to just move a leg, okay? So you move a leg. And if they stay seated, you click and treat them. Some dogs need that. And some dogs maybe need that you just even lean forward a little bit. And if they stay, they get a click and a treat. So if your dog can't stay when you take a step away and then step back, that's too much for them. Cut that in little tiny pieces. So it's, like I said, it's the one step without even leaning or anything. And once they're good with that, then you can move on to the one step with a lean and come back. I literally go one step at a time. So I ask my dog to stay. I take one step out, one step back, click and treat. I don't hang out away from them for any time. Because again, we're not working on duration at all. We're in a nice quiet house right now. We're not working on distractions at all. It's literally how far away from my dog can I get? Stay. I also like to introduce with the distance. I don't always have to walk away from the dog. I can sometimes walk the other direction. I can walk multi-directional, if that makes sense. And sometimes, maybe I walk this way, away from the dog. So the dog gets used to my leaving from lots of different directions, because in real life, you're not always going to be doing this and backing away from the dog, right? You might have to say stay and then run off quickly and go somewhere and then come back. One thing I do a little bit differently than what you might be used to doing with your own dog is I don't ever call my dog out of a stay. So if I walk, stay. If I walk 3 or 4 steps away, I won't ever call him to me. And the reason is that dogs are really good at anticipating. They start to develop patterns really quickly. And if the pattern is normally that you walk away and then you call your dog, when you really do need them to stay, they're going to anticipate all those practice sessions where you've walked away and then you've called your dog to you, and what's going to happen is they're probably going to come to you even if you don't call them, because that's just been the habit. And that's where you can get in trouble, because what if you have the front door open because you're signing for a package and you have to go outside to bring the package in? Well, if your dog is used to you calling them after a certain amount of time and they anticipate it and come running outside, guess what? Now your dog's loose in the front yard. And if you live on a busy road or if they're prone to running away, now all of that stuff can happen, and you don't want any of that to happen. So for my dogs, they know that they only get the stay. They only get the click and the treat when I come back to them. And then if we're going to go somewhere, we'll go together. Or in the case of the front door, I'll close the front door and we'll go back in and get a treat, from the kitchen or something. So that's one of my, I think, little quirks or differences, is that I don't ever want my dogs to anticipate me calling them. And I never call them from a stay, ever. That's what I use my wait for. And we've worked on wait in other videos, so you can go take a look for those. But that's, if I'm going to use a wait, then my dogs it means stay tuned. I will ask you to do something else. But my come when called means, my stay means just sit where you are. I'm not gonna call you. You just hang there till I get back. So that's how I'm gonna introduce distance. I don't work on duration. I don't work on distractions. Hey, Vi, stay. I just walk away. And I come immediately back. Okay, so I don't hang out there. That comes after we already have duration, after we already have distractions, and after we already have distance individually. Then we'll start to work on the multiples of those 2 things or 3 things together. So Next time you're out working on stay with your dog, keep those things in mind. For more fast, fun, and easy dog training ideas like this and more, visit smartdoguniversity.com. Please click on subscribe so you can see our future videos as soon as they are out, and please leave a comment below.